Number two, as we move on with these problems, it is important that your English becomes important. Because these are stories. You've got to be able to your comprehension. That's why your English comes in. You've got, as you read it, you must try and comprehend it, try and see which one is A, which one is P, which one is I, which one is N. Let's look at the next one. The next example here, it was taken from March 2009. It was question 9.1. This was the supplementary exam. It says 2,000 was invested. 1,570 is invested. Now we're given another value here. It is the same thing. Amount of 2,000 was invested in a fund paying interest. Let's collect our data. So what is this amount? It is P, the principal amount that is invested. P, it's 2,000. 1, 2, 3. What else do we have there? Was invested in a fund paying interest percent. We don't know what that is. So let's check. What is our I going to be? Interest compounded monthly. That becomes very important. This interest is compounded month. It is put every month. In other words, if the number was put in years, I've got to change it into months as well by dividing by multiplying by 12. In this particular case, the interest compounded monthly. So I know that my I is going to be I over 100, which is I percent, I over 100. But once they say compounded monthly, I've got to divide by 12. So I've got 100, and it is also divided by 12. So altogether, it will be 1,200. So this will be my interest rate. I over 1,200. It's important that you should take note of that. Let's recap on this one again. Interest compounded monthly. Interest rate, it's over 100, which is over 100. Compounded monthly. That over 100, you multiply it by 12 for 12 months. Remember, if I multiply the I by 12, I've got to multiply the N by 12, if and only if my N is in years. Multiplying it by 12, it's changing it from years into months. Now, let's go further. After 18 months, it is no longer in years. If this was in years, it was going to be 1,5 years. Because 1,5 times 12, it gives us 18 months. So let's make sure that we don't get confused there. I said earlier in the introduction, if we divide by 12 in I, we multiply by 12 in N. You only multiply it by 12 to take it from years to months. Once it is already in months, you don't have to multiply by 12 there again. Take note of that. So we know that our N, it has already been multiplied by 12 because it is now in months. So it is N is going to be 18 months. Before it was 18 months, it was 1,5 years. If you multiply that by 12, it will give you 18 months. Let's go over it again. 2,000 was invested in a fund paying interest, compounded monthly. After 18 months, which we've captured, the value of the fund was, we even know the value after 18 months. So we know the value of A in this particular case, the total amount at the end of the investment period. We know it. Let's work it out. It is 2,860. This is the amount at the end that we'll receive at the end of investment period. Let's quickly go over it. Let's write the formula. The principal amount is smaller than the total amount at the end of the investment period. So we use the formula A is equals to P into 1 plus, because this one is bigger, plus I raised to the power N. Right, that's what we have. Let's push in those values there. Do we know the value of A? Yes, we do have. You go straight to our data now. We go to our data now. We know A, it is 2,860 is equals to, do I know the value of P? Yes, I go to my data. It is 2 blocks, 2,000. 1, 2, 3. It is 2,000. I do have the value of P. What is the value of, it's 1 plus, what is my I? I know that my I must be I over 1,200. Right? Close brackets. What is my N? My N is 18 in this particular case. That's what we have so far. Remember that we are looking for I. In most cases, we'll be asked to find I or N. Remember, in the previous one, we were looking for N. In this particular one, we're looking for I, because I wanted us to do both. Let's quickly go over this. This is where we want to go. So what is the first one to remove in this particular case? It is 2,000. So we divide by 2,000 on both sides. After that, that is where we want to get into. Let's move on. So what do I do here? I've got 2860 divided by 2000. Right, that's what I have. In other words, this is gone from that side. So this is what I have that side. Let me just redo this quickly. I'm saying this side, we've got 2860, which is this side. I'm dividing both sides by 2000. So this will be over 2123 is equals to. Remember, this is gone because I've divided by 2000 this side and 2000 this side. So this is no longer there. So this is what we have now. What will be the next thing to remove from here? The next thing to remove from here will be this 18. How do I remove that exponential, that 18, which is the exponent in this particular case? Oh, I put the 18th root of it. When looking for the 18th root of it, I'll be getting rid of this, the 18. So you push it this side, the 18th root. So once I do this, I'm getting rid of that, the exponent, which is 18 in that particular case. In other words, this is gone, and this is gone. How did you get rid of this? We divided by 2000 on both sides. How did I get rid of that 18? I've put 18 root to this side. So in fact, I'm doing this both sides, because when I put it that side, it cancels out that one, but I still have it here. Now, what do I have now? This is gone, this is gone. This is what I have. Remember, my ultimate aim is to get into I. I'm trying to isolate the interest rate, what we are looking for in this particular case. Remember, we're just looking for the interest rate. Now, once this is gone and this is gone, what are we left with? We're left with this one. What do I do now? What is the next thing to remove? I need to remove this 1. When I take this 1 this side, it will be negative 1. So in this case, I'm taking this 1 this side. It will be minus 1. What do I have this side now? Remember, I started by removing this 2000 by dividing by 2000 on both sides, which I have it here. The next step, I looked for the 18th root of both sides. That one is gone, so it's this side now. So this was gone and that was gone. I was left with this expression. Now we take this one, this side, it becomes negative. So what are we left with? We're only left with I over 1200, I over 1200. But I want to leave only I this side. So I've got to multiply it by 1200 this side and multiply it by 1200 this side. Let's do that. So this side, I only have I. This side, I multiply everything by what? By 1200. From here, I go straight to my calculator. I don't stress. Financial maths, it's all about punching the right buttons. Natural display. You only punch what you see there. At times, when you work this value out, you'll see that it becomes a very smooth value. You can use it as 1,43 as well. But let's punch it as we look at it. Number one, we've got 1,200 there. It's 1,200 as you see it. After 1,200, there's a bracket. You push it in there. There's a bracket. You open that bracket. There's the 18th root. So you go shift first, then you go to where there's x to a particular exponent next to hex. It will give us both the part for the 18th root and the value under the square root sign, under the radical sign there, which is 18. We push 18 there. It will indicate where to put 18. You go inside the third form now. We've got 2860. It is a fraction. You go to a fraction form, put a fraction there. The numerator, it's 2860. You punch it as you see it. 2860, it's 2860. Make sure that you punched 2860. Yes, 2860. It is divided by 2000. Divided by, it's 2123, 2000. Go out of that. You subtract. Oops, let's go back. We go out of that. Then we subtract 1. We subtract 1. You punch only what we see. After subtracting 1, what do I see there? I see another bracket. I punch it in there. Anything left? Nothing left for me except to punch the equal sign. Then the calculator will do the rest. If I punch the equal sign, what do I get? I get 24.08%. Remember that my I, therefore, my I will then be equals to 24.08%. This is the interest rate.